guys, welcome back. So right now I wanted to do a review on the Revlon Photoready Airbrush makeup. This is a mousse makeup, and this just came out from Revlon. It retails, depending on what drugstore you shop at. Mine, it was $12.99 I believe, so $13. I got the shade in 01 Vanilla. This is a very new product. It is a new concept, and Maybelline came out with one similar. You have to shake it up. It's almost like a spray can kind of effect. You have to shake up the makeup. I'm not wearing this today, but I have worn it a couple of days. It has a nice pump. I love that it has a pump. The consistency is a mousse, like a hair mousse almost. So I'm going to show you how that looks. So you just spray it. You can see there it comes out like a mousse. I don't think it expands anymore, but you can see like there's like bubbles, like, you know, the air that it's kind of like popping through. It looks kind of gross when you look at it. And then when you need to use it, you go into it and it kind of just, you know, smushes it down. And it's a very wet, cold kind of texture. I think it blends pretty well. You can see. It's real easy to get way too much product on your hand, which I'm going to have a very wet hand when I'm done here. It blends well. It does take some time to blend. You have to be careful not to put too much product onto your hand. When it dries, it has a very... what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's kind of like the regular Photoready. It has like a light flashing property to it. I don't know how to explain that. This foundation is a really nice concept, but I'm not going to lie to you, it's pretty gimmicky. I'm not a fan of it. It's a nice foundation. I have normal skin. I sometimes, right now that it's winter, my nose is a little drying. In the summer, I'm the opposite in this little area. I'm a little bit more oily just on my nose. Not even in my T-zone. As you can see, I'm still blending it out. I probably had way too much product, but it does take some time to dry. It doesn't give you that like dewy airbrush finish as it says it does. Maybe it depends on what kind of primer you use, but I don't really care for it. I think if you have the same kind of skin type as me, which is, like I said, normal, I think it would be an okay product for you if you've never tried anything else. Like, to me, I think this is a good concept for like a teenage girl, has normal skin, has never tried any foundation. This would be a good starter foundation. But for me, the cost is not worth it. It's a 1.4 ounce, so you get a little bit more than your standard foundations, which are like an ounce. When it dries, it has like a kind of, not glitter, but it's like almost the same kind of finish as the other Photoready, the liquid. I'm not a fan of it. I think for the price and the availability, it's not one of the better drugstore foundations. I think it's one of those, it's a nice concept to try out if you're curious on it, but I don't think it's one of those that you're going to love. And if you do love it, that's great. But I think this is a pass. Like I said, I got suckered into the concept of it, but it just did not deliver in the way that I thought it would. It promised a Photoready airbrush effect. I don't think it gave me that at all. I think I looked pretty ordinary. I didn't think it stood out than any other drugstore foundation. I don't think it, if anything, it didn't make my skin look bad, but it didn't make it look any different. Like, it did cover up where it needed to. I would say for a liquid foundation or airbrush foundation or mousse foundation that it is a light coverage foundation. I think you could get more coverage from a tinted moisturizer than this. But like I said, I would recommend this if you are a teenage girl with no problematic skin and would like to try out a foundation for the first time. This would be a good one because it is light and airy. I didn't have any problems with it oxidizing on me, but I don't really have that problem to begin with. I've never had a foundation oxidize on me, but I know some people have that issue. But that didn't happen with that. That didn't happen to me. Again, I don't think it's one to waste your money on. I think there's a lot of other drugstore foundations that are a lot more affordable and better quality than the Photoready Airbrush by Revlon. Also, the color selection. You can't even tell like what color you need. The only way you would know the color you are is if looking at the canister. The canister is like your guide for your color selection, which I think is kind of a crappy deal. Like, seriously, I'm going to tell what color I am just based on it's like a paint can concept. I feel like a wall. You know, you want to color me up like a wall, and you have to pick the color of the can. So I do like that it had a pump. I'm not gonna lie, that's a really awesome. But I feel like drugstore foundations that have a pump are like really bad, because I have not had a drugstore foundation with the pump that was awesome, except for the Sally Hansen one, but that was at CVS. So, but that one has a pump, and that one's really good. So yeah, overall, I give this like a C minus. It's not a bad foundation, but it's just not a really good one either. I'm neutral on it. I would say pass on it, but if you're still curious on the concept, I would say save your receipt, because you might not like it, and then just return it, which I'm probably going to end up doing because it did not work for me. I think the color matched fine, but it just didn't stand out. I like to be a little more wowed with my foundations, and that one just was just eh. So, but it did give me that no foundation look, so if you're going for that, then, you know, by all means. Again, if you already tried the foundation and you like it, then congrats, I'm glad. Let me know how you've been applying it, because I've tried with a brush, a sponge, and my beauty blender. And no. And my fingers, and it's just none of it has really worked for me. I don't know if you can see my hand, but can you see those little sparkling? Yeah, that is that foundation. So it does make your skin have like that little Edward Cullen look. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope y'all found this review helpful, and I will see y'all later.